Alam niyo man naman po ninyo na in-endorse ko yung second complaint, right? Yung the one filed by also from various civil society organizations. And meron din mga kasamang pari doon. Sila Father Flavio Villanueva, Father Robert Reyes. So, wala akong prohibition for anyone, for any endorser, to endorse more than once. Wala po yan sa rules, wala po yan sa batas, wala po yan sa constitution na isa lang dapat ang i-endorse ng isang miyembro ng House of Representatives. So why did I agree to be an endorser? Ang totoo po niya, about few days ago, kinausap po ako ng dalawa sa kanila, yung dalawang complainant, si Father Sabalia, tsaka si Father Sarabia. Dati ko na po silang kilala, kasama po sila sa mga aking mga spiritual advisors noon nung nakakulong po pa po ako. Katulad din po nila Father Villanueva and Father Reyes. So sabi nila, meron nga, they intend again to file the third impeachment complaint because they are among also the complainants in that previous complaint. The third complaint filed by private citizens dati, noong 2023. So sabi ko, okay, iisipan ko at syempre titingnan ko na muna yung itsura ng complaint, anong mga laman yan, kung sa aking palagay ay sufficient in form and substance, aking palagay ay may enough grounds for impeachment at makaka-reach ito ng concluding stage sa committee level, which is the evidentiary or the trial stage. Ang mga grounds po hindi po nalalayo doon sa mga grounds na sinabi doon sa second complaint. Hindi rin po ito lumalayo o nalalayo doon sa pinakamismong grounds ginamit ng more than 1/3 of the House of Representatives last year in endorsing and adopting articles of impeachment and transmitting the same to the Senate. Mas na-improve pa nga po. It's an improved version actually, if I must say, that it's an improved version noong mismo na mga articles of impeachment na pinadala noon as endorsed, as signed and endorsed by more than 1/3 of the members of the House. So, umuupo ako no, nakita ko na po yung complaint mismo, nakita ko yung marami siyang mga supporting evidence. Sigurado rin po ako, just like the second complaint, na papasa ito sa sa stage ng pag-determine ng sufficiency in form and substance and hanggang doon din sa pinaka-dulo ng proceedings sa House, which as I said, is yung pag-evaluate na ng mga ebidensya kasi sasagutin nga yan, papasagutin ang respondent, si VP Sara, kapag pumasa na sa determination of sufficiency in form and substance.
What do you mean, Sarah? All these impeachment complaints are just nothing but political harassment daw po sa kanila. What is your statement?
Nakikita nyo naman po na yung mga complainants ng second and the third complainants and even of the first complainants, they are private citizens, they are members of clergy, they are members of organizations, and they have been into their cause, into their campaign for accountability of highest officials of this country, and including the Vice President. So yung kanilang motivation is not at all political. Sabi nga ni Father Sarabia, may halo din po itong moral, because it's the moral obligation of everyone, the moral obligation of the members of Congress, members of the House of Representatives, to do its constitutional duty, to scrutinize the allegations, evaluate the evidence, and make a finding of probable cause para nga po makonsider na rin ng 1/3, at least 1/3 of the House members na magkaroon na ng isa pa ulit ng articles, pag-adopt ng articles of impeachment na itatransmit sa Senado for trial.
Ma'am, may bago bang ebidensya, ma'am?
Karamihan po yung dati lang, pero matindi na po yun, yung mga audit findings, mga liquidation vouchers, liquidation documents showing all of those fictitious names of alleged payees or alleged beneficiaries, legislative records, yung mga TSN, yung mga proceedings, yung mga hearings before the Committee on Good Government and Public Accountability. And then, yung isang ground, yung tungkol sa pag-threaten niya na ipapa-assassinate, na nag-utos na daw, nag-hire na ng assassin, ipa-assassinate yung Pangulo, yung First Lady, and the former Speaker of the House. Ang pinaka-ebidensya, yung galing mismo sa kanyang bunganga, right from her mouth. Nakitang-kita natin yung video kung saan ginawa niya yung threat na yon ng plot to assassinate those three officials or those three individuals. So nandyan, from her own mouth, from herself, from legislative records, from audit findings, official audit findings, liquidation vouchers, and ang nakadagdag yung sworn statement ni Ramil Madriaga na yun na nga daw ang link doon sa usapin ng pag-abuso, pag-misuse, pagwaldas ng confidential funds of both the Office of the President and the DepEd Secretary. So yun ang panibagong yun ang nakadagdag dun sa mga ebidensya.
Ma'am, you were with the Akbayan po noong 2024 December filing po dito, kasama po yung Pilipinas other civil society groups. Wala pong pahayag na ganun si VP Sara like what she said itong weekend. Pero ngayon po, sininggle out pa, naka-laser focus po siya kay Senator Risa Hontiveros, no? Ano po sa tingin niyo? Bakit po kaya siya nagsasalita ng ganito?
Well, yun ang nakikita niyang pwede niyang depensa na hindi naman yan legal defense. Yung sinasabing pamumulitika. Wala siyang ibang masagot na substance or yung sa substantive grounds. Hindi niya masagot-sagot yung mga substantive grounds na inilaad doon sa second impeachment, which I also. So hindi lang Akbayan, hindi lang si Akbayan Party List Representative Percy Sendanya ang nag-endorse. Hindi naman in-endorse yan, syempre, ni Senator Risa Hontiveros. Tsaka, inulit nga noon, di ba? Si Representative Sendanya was the only endorser of that second complaint last time. Di ba? So, bakit ngayon lang niya sinasabi yung tungkol sa pamumulitika?
Bakit po
Hindi
kaya?
po yan, kasi shallow yung kanyang magiging defense, legally speaking. Kaya doon na lang siya pumupuntirya sa political aspect of the whole case.
Ma'am, hindi na nakikita niya si Senator Risa sa halaman sa
sa
presentation.
management today.
Oh, yes, kasi we expect, of course, the Secretary General, kasi nanumpa na nga po ako dun sa aking resolution of endorsement before Sec-Gen Garofin, we expect her to also transmit immediately this complaint with all the annexes. And then para mailagay na rin ng Office of the Speaker, sa order of business. Pero syempre, iti-take up muna yan sa Rules Committee. We all know that ang regular meeting ng Rules Committee is tomorrow. So most probably bukas ay matatransmit na ng Office of the Speaker and then iti-take up sa Rules Committee level para ipadala na sa plenary at ang plenary ang mag-refer sa Committee on Justice. So, mas matilo na ngayon. So, tatlong committees, tatlong complaints ang maire-refer ngayon sa committee. Matatransmit at malalagay sa order of business, matatake up sa Rules Committee, and finally, sa plenary for endorsement to the Committee on Justice.
Ma'am, balik lang ako dun sa kay Senator Risa. Hindi kaya nakikita ni VP Sara na potential kalaban si Senator Risa, kaya bigla na lang si Senator Risa yung tinuro niya. Kahit hindi naman endorse.
That's probably her motivation, but that that's we have to look into her state of mind. Pero it's a political argument, not at all with respect to the legal merits, substantive merits of the complaint. Yun lang naman ang importante. You know, that's an extraneous factor. I call it an extraneous argument. Yung ganyan na mga pagtitirada niya sa Akbayan at kay Senator Risa Hontiveros.